Hello, and welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. My name is Jackblade, and today we're playing some more Satisfactory. And you might have seen something there on my left. That is me prepping for today's episode. Today's episode, we are diving into building the Phase 3 factory. And it's gonna need a lot more space than we have been using before. So, just to try it out, I set up a nice little elevator here. Nice elevator music. So, if we go up, boop. Nice. And when we get here, boom, logistics floor. And then we can go one floor up. And boom. Here we are. This is where we're going to be building. And as you might notice, everything is concrete, and that is because it is a resource that we have on purpose bulk stored and will be using a lot of for this kind of stuff. So it's easier to deal with than the mix of, like for these, using both iron plates and that. And we will be building, starting here, and we will be building in this direction. And if you don't know how I normally build, I build in steps. So step one being the like resource processing, the raw processing. It doesn't matter what tier or milestone or whatever phase it comes from. If you're processing raw resources, it's in step 1, and then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. And I think the biggest number we have here is for the space elevator parts, where we have, I think, 6 steps. So this is what we're basically going to be doing. And if you look on the right side of the screen, if I can move somewhere where it makes more sense and you can see there, now you can see the text. This is what we're planning on doing. Not the P3 sup, like the phase 3 supplemental, but everything in the phase 3 list. So 100 plastic, 100 rubber, 80 sand fluctuator, 16 heavy modular frames, 15 computers, 10 adaptive control units, and 10 modular engine per minute is what the plan is to produce with this factory. I'm not sure we will be able to finish everything in this episode, but we will give it the old college try. And the first thing we need to do is bring in all of our resources, the raw ones. And for this one, we're going to be needing everything from sand to oil, and we need iron, and we need limestone and quartz, and yeah, there's a bunch of stuff we're going to be bringing in. And some of it's over there, and some of it's going to be from over there. But yeah, we're gonna basically, I might even make a blueprint for a bus, and then I will use that and bus everything into the logistics floor over on this end, so we can start processing it. And if you are enjoying the Minimalist Let's Play, where we try to build the smallest factory we can. Alright, we are back. I have now pulled in the resources. So this is everything that we need. And if I pull up on the screen so you guys can see as well, this is us bringing in 480 STAM per minute, 266.25 crude oil, so rounded up 267. I always round up, so it's going to be like a decimal or something like that. You can always find my modular files, like where I've planned. You can always find that in my Google Drive. You can get that in my Discord. So you can go there and check out the plans for yourself. I'm gonna update this one, though, a little bit, so it's easier to navigate it for the phase 3 stuff. So either way, iron ore 237, coal 216, limestone 144, copper ore 122, and raw quartz 62 per minute. That is the total amount of resources we're bringing in, and everything is coming in from this end except for the copper, which is coming in over there. And I am doing my balancing here at this point. So even if I know I ultimately need to like process 236 or 237 iron ore, I will only like put in here exactly what I need for this segment. Like this segment is going to make 15 computers per minute, like this slice. So I will tell that one to only make, let's see, it's supposed to make 11.72 iron ingots, and that it will do while it's slooped. So I need to half that. So that's 5 point... What is that? 36? Boom. No. I need to put that at this, I think. Nope. Yeah, no, that's correct. Yeah, that's exactly the right number I need to produce. So there we go. And this here is the iron I'm putting in here. So that's gonna take 5.86 iron ore per minute. And what I've done here is, you can see I've put a splitter here. And here's the thing. The second this is full of iron ore, it can't send more. Like, it can't use more than this per minute. So it's automatically balanced and will send everything on, just like a normal manifold would. And that's how I'm going to guarantee having no shenanigans. I don't have to do any complex load balancing or anything like that. I'm just manifolding it to keep it easy for myself. And then, of course, I had to use 3 nodes for this, 2 impures, 1 max at 150, 1 normal node at max for 300, so that's 450, but I need 480. So I have 30 more coming in from a node over in that direction, coming in together with the oil, and then everything else is coming from over there. So yeah, quite simple, simplistic in my methods. I'm not doing anything complex. I'm not messing with trains. I'm not messing with complex load balancing or anything like that. The entire point is that this width is everything that I need, and I will just manifold and pull everything off. As you can see here, I've just like go, okay, I need this now, and then I just bring everything off, like up top like this. Just to be safe, I might put in a pump here, because we are going to be going vertical, like up with this, and I don't know if we have the what's it called, if we have the head lift to do that. So just to be safe, I'm gonna put a pump here, and that's about it. That's about the update. Right now, we're doing the computer segment, so we're gonna start by making 15 computers per minute. That, let's see here, yeah, 15 computers per minute is what we're aiming for, and that will be done. It'll probably take me, like, yeah, at best, half an hour, 45 minutes to set up the entire computer segment. So instead of just waffling on, I will show you guys exactly what it will look like in the end. So as I'm Kibitz would have said it, let's boop this. Alright, so as you can see, stuff has happened. And we have run into a little bit of a problem. And as you can see, we have our step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5. And step 5 has a bit of a problem. We do not have the alternate recipe, the crystal computer recipe that we need to make our computer. So while that is running, in the MAM, I went and found some more hard drives, and I am trying to unlock more stuff here. We do need the silicon circuit board as well. If I remember correctly, this one, yeah, it's the wrong recipe here as well. So this one needs to be updated and changed with that recipe. I just don't want to like do anything until I have gotten the one, because if I grab this or this, it means that recycled rubber is now back into the pool for being drawn again, and I don't want that. So I'm just not going to. I want that to just sit there and not be able to be chosen again. Same thing for like charcoal and bolted iron plate and like all of this stuff. I am not going to touch it until I have gotten my crystal computers. And I figured like 10 hard drives should be enough. But for now, we're going to move into our next part, which is technically 2 parts. It's our plastic and rubber. And we need to set that up here, and they're going to be using refineries. And you can see here, I made a little bit of this. to have, like, I'm gonna make this along this line. I'm gonna make another one like way over here, like in the middle or something, so that we have ways to get up easily between the floors. But for now, we're gonna be focusing on what's in here, the oil. So we want that to be set up here, and technically, that should only be one step, right? No, there's actually 3 steps. One, we make rubber and plastic. That's the first step for both. Second part of that is that we get heavy oil residue out of it. And we're going to be using another alternate recipe that I probably don't have yet. And we're going to turn that heavy oil residue into fuel, which we will then burn off in a couple of generators. Like, once again, you can go and check this on the Satisfactory modular, like with the modular file that is in my Google Drive. Or just hang on a second and we will build it so you can see what it looks like. Let's see, what did we get now? Requires stator and tempered copper ingot. That is not what I want. Okay, let's do this. So I'm trying to keep them very clear, like step 1, step 2, step 3, like in lines like this, so that once you get your hands on the save files, if you want to look at this, it is very simply sorted for you guys. So you can see exactly how I've built things. Generally, my idea is to keep it as simple and visually clear for you guys as possible. Because I realized with the Phase 2 factory, that was not really the case. And it might be difficult for newer players to sort out what the heck I've even been doing. So I'm taking extra precaution for Phase 3, because it's a bigger, like, we start getting like byproducts and stuff like that. So I'm taking the extra precaution to make sure that that's not something we have to worry about. Now, how far out do we go? Let's take a look up here. And I'm thinking we essentially go boom, 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 refinery. I'm thinking we essentially go, we try to keep the same line of where we get things into the factory as in here. And maybe even one step further like that. And then we just go like so. Boop. And then we go another 2 steps like this out for rubber. That way we have our plastic here. Boom. And we have our rubber over here. And that is essentially what I am thinking. Now, here's the thing. If I look in my modular file, very quickly here, we are supposed to make 100 of them each. And to reach that number, we need to sloop both of them and overclock maximum. So then we take 100 there, and then we do the same thing over here. And then we just need to deal with the byproduct, essentially, which is going to be, like I said, turn into fuel and then turn into power by way of burning it. So, if we look at what I've done now, I've set this up, which was just in the nick of time. Because these, if we look at what they do, they're actually producing 500 megawatts each. And that is great. That's 2,500 megawatts, and it's added and brings the boost up from our 6 alien power augmenters. Because we are scary close to the limit of what we can do, like even now, to the point where I actually planned around that, and both of the space elevator parts, the adaptive control units and the modular engines, needs rubber and plastic. So I've kind of done the same setup for those guys, not to the same like level, but I know at least one of them will produce something like 1200 megawatts plus whatever boost more kind of thing, because when these are slooped, they use us a lot of power. That is quite insane. 400 megawatts per machine, so we gotta be really careful with these guys. I still haven't managed to unlock the Caterium computer. I went on a little bit of a hunt and got some more. of the hard drives. So if this last one that I had doesn't work, I have everything else. I should be able to get the Caterium computer that I need. Otherwise, I'll be able to like re-roll them like one at a time. So keeping everything else in there, I can like, for example, I don't want either of these. Actually, I want that one. But like take something that I don't want. This one here. I want the pure Caterium, but never mind. I can rescan that, but the other ones are still locked. And it won't be these two again. So it has to be two new ones. So I am way more likely to get what I want if that's the case. I just don't necessarily want to re-roll if I don't have to, because there's a lot of recipes in there that I want for later down the line when I'm doing the Phase 4 and Phase 5 factories. And yeah, just a quick look here. While we are here, I can show you we are sending all of our plastic and rubber in. That's actually being produced because we have those recipes. Yay! And the next one we're going to build next to that is going to be heavy modular frames. And you can probably tell already, but I don't think we're going to fit everything here. So there might be a scenario where I build in that direction, like over in there. Like, so take the same resource bus, the same main line I have here, and just make a platform like here where I can fit like the space elevator parts or something like that, because we need to fit the heavy modular frames and we need to fit the SAM fluctuators as well on top of the space elevator parts. So hopefully that can be done. And if we look at the heavy modular frames, we're going to be using the alternate recipe when I think I have that unlocked actually, or maybe not. Which is the heavy encased frame that uses modular frames, encased industrial beams, steel pipes, and concrete. So that's essentially where all of our limestone is going to be going. And we will be bringing in like the coal and stuff. We're going to need some to make a bunch of steel. Not just for this, but this is the big one where we have step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps in this one as far as I can tell. And we're gonna start with sorting out our iron ingots. We need silica, we need steel ingots, we need, what is that, copper ingots, and concrete. And concrete we're going to be making using some of the silica. So that's going to be an alternate recipe to get the amount we want without having to bring in a mother truck load of what's it called? Silica. Or limestone, sorry. So what we are going to be doing right now is just try and set up our step 1, for which we need smelters first of all. So if we just look at this and keep going with the same, like, what's the line here? We're gonna set you here and 2 over. So that's our iron. And then we are going to be needing constructors and boopadoo. And I think that, oh, if I set the constructors up when I needed those guys. I set them up like so. Okay. So then I just go boop, like so, and there, and there, and there, and there. Yeehaw, partner. We got that. So generally, this is just like the basic setup that we've done for all of the sets. Like, this is literally what I do back and forth. It's incredibly repetitive. I would put everything on camera, but it would just be me waffling and doing like just this over and over again. There's nothing special. There's no big problems to be solved. I'm just following the plan and showing you what that plan looks like in reality. Like, this is more or less to show, like, if I'm gonna build a recipe or a blueprint that fits as much of phase 3 as possible in it, I'm gonna have to look at, okay, what do I actually fit? Like, can I fit all of this in a single blueprint? Probably. Can I fit this and this? No idea. I definitely can't fit with the fuel generators. So like that's what I'm basically doing and laying out and making sure that I can see, okay, how many machines do I need? Or how much space do I need? So how do I need to divide them up so that I can make good looking blueprints, not just like, hey, I've snapped everything into one big cube and now it works if you just snap this here and like whatever. I want to make it like look good as well. So this is essentially, I can make this work, or can I make this work? And if I can make this work, how well can I make that work? And then how much can I fit in my Mark III blueprinters once we've unlocked those? So yeah. But for now, I'm just going to continue setting up our, we need 2 of those. Setting up our processing over here. Boop. And then we boop you there and we boop you there. Well, welcome to 1.1 experimental, you know, where bugs and shit can break and stuff. Such as when I unlock alternate recipes, they don't show up, but it eats my hard drives. So I went in and I enabled this. Unlock alternate recipes instantly. It force unlocked the recipes, so I could get it, because I got it, unlocked it, but it did not show up. So I had to do this. So now it works. And yeah, now we're making 15 computers per minute, which is very, very nice. So let's go down and check just quickly. We have computer. Now we can start playing Roblox. No, but that's a really, really big step forward, because automating computers means a lot. Remember, like, all of these factories, they're meant to do 2 things, right? They will give us all of the buildable parts, as in they're part of the recipe to build something. Like machine, decoration, foundations, lights, railways, like whatever it is. It's not going to be every single part in the game. It's going to be what do you actually use to place down machines and stuff like that. So keep that in mind. And then on top of that, all the space elevator parts. So that's going to be the gist of it. Like, that's going to be the big thing that you get from these blueprints as well in the end. They're not going to be like every single part in the game. Like, I have done that before, and holy crap, that becomes exhausting. But if you look at, like, look up a list of every single part that is actually used in a building recipe, then those parts are going to be automated. But yeah, like, we have our computers. This is up and running now. This is up and running and making some power, but mainly we're getting up plastic and rubber. And then we're just going to continue down the line here. So if we look at this now, we have our computers. We have plastic and rubber coming in here with a little bit of power. And then we have heavy modular frames. And with the heavy modular frames, I want to make a note. The calculations, the plan in Modular was wrong. Because when you Somersloop something in the Modular, it doesn't just automatically turns like slooping on or off. Like in the game, if you need for one of these machines, if it says you need 4 Somersloops, you don't get a quarter of the Somersloop effect when you have less than 4. You just get none. But in the Modular, you do. And for the, like, for the manufacturers, I had accidentally set it to just add 1. So we just lowered the amount of needed resources by 25% instead of bringing it to half. And then, like, so all the calculations cascading back was wrong. So I've had to redo the entire plan to get to, hey, we have 16 heavy modular frames as an output. And that is done now. But it also means that if you have downloaded the modular file before the publishing of episode 3, it is likely that file is wrong and the numbers are wrong. So go and get back and like get it again. It's going to help you a lot more now that the numbers are correct. I'm gonna take a little bit of a break. I need to sort my brain out, and then I am back on it tomorrow to finish at least the SAM, SAM fluctuators here. And if I have time, I will get started on like modular engines and adaptive control units. So that's gonna be really cool because that means that we've done like most of phase 3 in a single episode. That's really, really cool. So let's see what that turns out. We are now back and I have finished the SAM fluctuator. So with this, we're gonna have to end the episode here, but I'm very happy with what we have accomplished. If we look over here, it's not a lot, it's just 3 steps. Step 1, process, step 2, intermediaries, and then like the final product. So yeah, I think the most complex product we made today was, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, 5 steps for both computers and the heavy modular frames. I think the heavy modular frames required a higher volume of things, but I think they were pretty much the same. And next time, as you can see, I've already prepped over here. You can see I've pulled along here on my main line. Boop, boop, boop. So everything we need for next time is already here. So first half of the next episode is going to be us finishing the adaptive control unit and modular engine and sending our space elevator. The second half, I think I'm going to get started at least. I don't know how far I will get, but at least get started on a fuel power setup. Because if we go here and we look, I have had to like put out another 2 uh, alien power augmenters, and I don't necessarily want to just rely on them. Like I could put out like 20 of these and just, oh, okay, we're done now. But I don't necessarily want to rely on that. So I do want to make some kind of like fuel power setup that I will also then make like blueprints for, like that are heavily modular, that you can very easily go like, okay, I need this much power. I need 4 of these, 5 of these, like whatever the number is going to be. So that's what I'm basically going to be looking at in the modeler and try and set up. But for now, I hope that this has inspired you a little bit. It certainly has inspired me. Like I built all of this, like the heavy modular frame. They took like me 45 minutes. And like then the general thing is like heavy modular frames. They're so hard to build. They're so heavy to build. After having done this, I'm not feeling like that anymore. I'm suddenly feeling like the heavy modular frames is not too much of a problem. Same thing with the computers; they're not too much of a problem anymore. Now that I've laid it out like this, my for myself, like I think a large extent of that was that I actually took the time to detail, like on a detail level that I haven't done before or haven't done in a long time, at least gone in and planned every single machine the way that I have, and like clock speeds and everything. So there wasn't any problems that I ran into. I've given myself enough space to build these things. Well, not really, since I have to like do this turn around here and continue building. But like in general, I've realized that you can get a lot of this going with a lot less work. If you go for like, okay, what's the minimum that I can do to make a machine work? Like, make a machine of this. And then suddenly it's so much faster. And I kind of kick myself a little bit for not having done so before. And I kind of want to see what you guys think about it. So, like, is there some part of the game that you feel like, okay, this has been heavy because it feels too big, feels too much. Like I can't get it working. I can't I was about to say get it up. I can't like conceptualize this or whatever it is, because if that's the case, then I will see if I can like lean into that a little bit and take a look at it and see if I can do the same thing and kind of make it smaller, same way, help out that way. Either way, thank you so much for being here. If you've liked the episode, head on over to Patreon. Links in the description. You can support there from $1 a month. You can head over to the Discord and join the chat. And you can subscribe, like, comment, do all the things, and help this series continue and live longer, because that's all up to you guys. So I will see you guys in the next video. Have a great one, everyone. Bye!